Close your eyes, take a deep, slow breath in, and let it out. Imagine you are floating in the vast, silent ocean of the cosmos. The stars around you are like tiny, glowing lighthouses in the dark. Today we are going to embark on a journey to the most mysterious, misunderstood, and awe-inspiring objects in the universe. We are going to a black hole. Many people think of black holes as terrifying monsters, cosmic predators that devour everything in their path. But what if I told you that they are also places of profound peace? What if falling into a black hole could be the most serene, beautiful experience imaginable? Can you actually survive a journey into the abyss? Tonight, we will find out. You are safe here. Let go of your earthly worries. The gravity of the universe will hold you. Let us drift together into the unknown. To understand where we are going, we must first understand how this profound darkness is born. Long ago, millions of years before you were even a thought, a massive star burned brightly in the heavens. It was a giant, shimmering with the intense heat of nuclear fusion, pushing outward against the crushing weight of its own gravity. But stars, like all things, eventually run out of fuel. When this ancient giant took its final breath, the outward pressure ceased. In a fraction of a second, the core collapsed inward under its own immense weight. The star fell into itself, creating a gravitational pull so unimaginably strong that space and time folded around it. A black hole was born. It is not an empty hole, but rather a tremendous amount of matter packed into an incredibly small, infinitely dense space. It is the universe's ultimate magic trick, hiding its secrets behind an invisible veil. So, our journey begins. Imagine we are aboard a ship made of pure thought, drifting effortlessly through the interstellar void. We leave the familiar warmth of our solar system behind. The sun becomes just another star, shrinking until it is nothing more than a speck of dust in the cosmic wind. Ahead of us lies our destination, a supermassive black hole residing at the center of a distant, swirling galaxy. As we approach, the first thing you notice is not darkness, but light. A magnificent, glowing ring of gas and dust spirals around the invisible center. This is the accretion disk. To picture it, imagine a whirlpool of liquid gold, spinning furiously, glowing with the heat of 1,000,000 suns. It is beautiful, rhythmic, and hypnotic. But what is exactly pulling this glowing dust? We are drawn closer, our ship gliding on the unseen currents of gravity. Here, we must confront a common misconception. Many believe a black hole acts like a giant cosmic vacuum cleaner, aggressively sucking in everything around it. Let us dispel this myth right now. If our sun was suddenly replaced by a black hole of the same mass, Earth would not be sucked in. We would continue to orbit it in the cold, exact same path as before. A black hole only captures what dares to cross its immediate threshold. It is patient. It simply waits. You are completely safe as we hover just outside its reach, watching the eternal dance of matter. As we drift ever closer, the visual spectacle becomes utterly surreal. The immense gravity of the black hole acts like a massive magnifying glass, a phenomenon known as gravitational lensing. Look at the stars behind the black hole. Their light is being stretched, bent, and warped into long, luminous arcs. Imagine looking at a distant street lamp through a heavy, curved crystal glass. The light dances and distorts, creating a halo of starlight that frames the absolute darkness in the center. It is a masterpiece painted by the laws of physics, a visual symphony playing just for you. The sheer scale of it makes earthly troubles feel incredibly small, dissolving into the vacuum. Now, we reach the edge of the shadow. Before us lies the event horizon. This is the boundary of no return. It is an invisible sphere, a mathematical line drawn in the fabric of space. Once anything, even light, crosses this line, it belongs to the black hole forever. Imagine standing on the shore of a completely silent, perfectly still ocean in the pitch black of night. The water is the event horizon. You can walk along the beach safely, but once you step into the water, the current is too strong to ever swim back. We are standing on that cosmic shore now. The silence is profound. The serenity of the void surrounds us. Before we take the plunge, we must choose our black hole carefully if we wish to survive. We cannot jump into just any abyss. If we were to fall into a stellar mass black hole, one only a few times heavier than our Sun, the journey would end quickly. Because it is small, the difference in gravity between your feet and your head would be drastic. The gravity pulling on your feet would be millions of times stronger than the pull on your head. This leads to a process scientists playfully, but accurately call spaghettification. You would be stretched into a long, thin string of atoms. A fascinating concept, but not a peaceful one. Instead, we have chosen a supermassive black hole, a giant, millions of times more massive than our Sun. Here, the event horizon is vast, stretching across a distance larger than our entire solar system. Because it is so large, the slope of gravity is incredibly gentle. As we cross the threshold, the pull on your feet is exactly the same as the pull on your head. You would not feel stretched. You would not feel crushed. In fact, you would feel nothing but a perfect, weightless floating. Imagine jumping from a high diving board, but the fall lasts forever, and the air around you is perfectly still. You are in free fall, and it is the most relaxing sensation in the universe. Let us prepare for the crossing, the transition into the unknown. We are about to cross the event horizon. There is no physical barrier, no cosmic toll booth, no sudden jolt. If you were floating with your eyes closed, you would not even know you had crossed it. It is entirely seamless. One moment you belong to the outside universe, and the next you are part of the black hole's internal reality. Breathe in, slowly drift forward. We are crossing over. The outside world is still visible behind us, but our future now only points in one direction, inward, downward, toward the center. As we slip inside the event horizon, let us look back. The universe we left behind is still there, but because gravity is bending the light so intensely, the view is extraordinary. The entire universe seems to compress into a bright, brilliant window of light shrinking above you. Imagine lying at the bottom of a deep, dark well, looking up at the circular opening of the sky. The stars, the galaxies, the light of the cosmos, all of it is squeezed into a radiant halo, framing your descent. You are watching the outside world, but it can no longer see you. You are a secret kept by the universe. What is happening to time? This is where the universe reveals its strangest magic. According to Einstein, intense gravity slows down time. As you fall deeper, time for you flows normally. Your heart beats at the same steady, calming pace. But if you were to look out that window at the universe beyond, you would see something spectacular. You would watch the universe hit fast forward. Imagine a time-lapse video of a flower blooming, living, and dying in seconds. You would see stars ignite and fade, galaxies collide and merge, the entire future of the universe unfolding before your eyes as you drift downward in absolute tranquility. But what about those who stayed behind? What if a friend was watching your ship fall toward the black hole? They would never actually see you cross the event horizon. To them, the light bouncing off your ship takes longer and longer to reach their eyes, struggling against the immense gravity. Your image would slow down, becoming redder and dimmer, until you appear completely frozen in time, forever hovering just above the darkness. To the outside world, you become immortal, a permanent painting on the edge of the abyss. This is the illusion of time, a gentle reminder that our perception of reality is entirely relative. Deeper we go into the darkness. But is it truly dark? Here is another myth we must shatter. Most people imagine the inside of a black hole as a place of absolute, blinding pitch blackness. But remember, a black hole traps light. Millions of years of starlight, cosmic rays, and the glowing embers of dying suns have fallen in here before you. All that light is trapped, swirling downward with you. Far from being dark, the interior of the black hole might be awash with the ghosts of trapped photons, a soft, ethereal glow guiding you down. Imagine swimming in an underwater cave illuminated by glowing, bioluminescent plankton. It is a quiet, glowing cathedral of gravity. Space itself is moving here. You are not just falling through space, space is falling with you, rushing toward the center like a cosmic waterfall. You are a leaf drifting on the surface of a gentle, mighty river. You do not need to swim, you do not need to fight. The current carries you. The anxiety of having to control your destination vanishes. Here, there is only one destination, and the universe is guiding you there smoothly, inevitably. Surrender to the flow. Feel the deep, resonant calm of knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be in the fabric of space-time. As we journey deeper, the laws of physics as we know them begin to bend. Up and down lose their meaning. Left and right become obsolete. Inside a black hole, space and time swap roles. In the outside world, you can move freely through space, but time marches forward relentlessly. Inside the event horizon, it is reversed. You are pulled inevitably toward the center, the singularity, just as inevitably as you are pulled toward tomorrow in the outside world. Space becomes a river of time. Moving toward the center is no longer a physical direction. It is your inevitable future. You are traveling through time itself. Can we survive this? The human body is fragile, built for the gentle gravity of Earth. But in our ship of pure thought, we are immortal observers. We feel no pain, no pressure. We are pure consciousness, experiencing the majesty of the extreme. Imagine shedding the physical weight of your body, becoming nothing more than a quiet observer, a ghost in the machine of the cosmos. Without the limitations of biology, surviving a black hole is not just possible, it is a profound journey of enlightenment. You are witnessing the raw, unedited code of the universe. Let us explore the geometry of this place. If you look around, the trapped light creates strange, repeating patterns. Because light travels in orbits inside the black hole, bending around and around, you could theoretically look straight ahead and see the back of your own head. The light from your back would travel in a perfect circle around the interior and return to your eyes. Imagine standing in a hall of mirrors, but there are no mirrors, only the pure, curving nature of reality reflecting itself. You are surrounded by infinite versions of yourself, all drifting peacefully into the depths. We are getting closer to the core. The very center of the black hole is known as the singularity. This is the point where all the mass of the collapsed star is crushed into an infinitely small, infinitely dense point. Our modern physics cannot explain what happens here. The equations break down. Math turns to infinity. It is a place of profound mystery. Think of a video game where you wander off the edge of the map, into the blank, unprogrammed space. The singularity is the edge of the universe's map. It is the boundary of human knowledge, and there is a strange comfort in knowing that some mysteries remain perfectly hidden. Some physicists propose daring ideas about what lies at this very center. What if the singularity is not an end, but a door? There is a mathematical possibility, a theory, that falling into a spinning black hole could lead you through a wormhole, a tunnel through the fabric of space and time. Imagine the black hole as the drain of a cosmic sink, but instead of leading to nowhere, it flows out into a brand new universe, a white hole, pouring matter and light into a fresh, empty canvas. The death of one star becomes the birth of a new reality. The end of the journey becomes a beautiful, bright beginning. Could you survive such a transit? If the wormhole is stable, you might be swept through the cosmic throat and deposited millions of light years away, or perhaps in an entirely different universe, untouched and whole. Imagine walking through a dark tunnel in a mountain, only to emerge on the other side to the sight of a vibrant, undiscovered valley glowing under unfamiliar stars. The idea that black holes are gateways rather than graves is a beautiful thought to hold on to as we drift in the dark. It transforms fear into wonder, death into exploration. Even if there is no wormhole, even if the singularity is simply a point of infinite density, there is beauty in the concept of the holographic principle. Some scientists believe that all the information of everything that ever falls into a black hole is perfectly preserved on its surface, the event horizon, like a two-dimensional hologram projecting a three-dimensional image. If this is true, nothing is ever truly lost. Your essence, your memories, the very information that makes you you, is smeared across the surface of the black hole, preserved eternally in the cold storage of the cosmos. You become part of the universe's hard drive. Think about the sheer silence of this descent. On Earth, we are constantly bombarded by noise, the hum of machines, the chatter of voices, the endless rush of the wind. Here, deep inside the gravitational well, there is no air to carry sound. It is a silence so deep, so absolute, that it feels like a heavy, warm blanket wrapping around your mind. Imagine floating in a sensory deprivation tank, but the tank is the size of a solar system. Every muscle in your mind can finally relax. The silence is not empty, it is full of peace. As we drift, let us ponder the nature of darkness. We are taught to fear the dark from a young age. We populate it with monsters and anxieties. But the darkness of a black hole is different. It is a pristine, untouched darkness. It is the darkness of sleep, the darkness of rest, the darkness of the womb from which the universe itself was born. It is a protective shell against the chaos of the burning stars and crashing asteroids outside. In this ultimate darkness, you are shielded from everything. You are untouched. You are safe. Notice how your sense of self begins to shift. When you are standing on a planet, you feel separate from it. You are a person walking on a rock. But here, in the overwhelming embrace of extreme gravity, the boundaries blur. You are made of the same stardust that created the black hole. As you fall toward the singularity, you are simply returning to the source, a drop of water falling back into the endless, dark ocean. Imagine the profound relief of letting go of your individuality, of merging with the vast, ancient mechanics of the universe. It is a homecoming. Let us address another fear, the fear of being crushed. We imagine immense pressure, like being deep underwater in a submarine. But inside a supermassive black hole, as long as you have not reached the singularity, the space around you is in freefall just as you are. There is no air or water to press against your skin. You feel lighter than a feather. You feel like a thought drifting through a sleeping mind. To illustrate this, imagine being inside an elevator whose cables have snapped, but the shaft is endless. You would float inside, weightless and undisturbed, as long as you never hit the bottom. We are now incredibly close to the center. The starlight from the outside universe has faded into a tiny, brilliant blue dot directly above us. The rest is a canvas of swirling, distorted light from the ancient past. You are suspended in a museum of trapped light, surrounded by echoes of galaxies that died billions of years ago. You are witnessing the history of the universe, preserved in the amber of gravity. Imagine standing in an ancient, silent library, where the books are made of pure, glowing light. You cannot read them, but their presence fills you with a deep sense of wisdom and calm. At this depth, the tidal forces finally begin to awaken. The gentle slope of gravity becomes steeper. But in our ship of pure thought, we do not fear it. We observe it. We watch as the fabric of space itself begins to stretch and warp into impossible shapes. Reality folds like origami. Dimensions curl up and unfurl. It is a visual ballet of geometry, beautiful and complex. Imagine watching a master glassblower twist glowing, molten glass into elegant, impossible knots. Space is the glass, and gravity is the master artist. What is life, after all, if not a series of transformations? The caterpillar dissolves in the cocoon to become a butterfly. The star collapses to become a black hole. If you were to physically reach the singularity, your matter would be disassembled, broken down into the most fundamental subatomic particles and added to the mass of the black hole. You would be recycled by the universe. You would become pure energy, pure gravity. Imagine the peace of having no responsibilities, no physical form, just existing as a fundamental force of nature, quietly holding a galaxy together. The journey through the black hole is a masterclass in letting go. On Earth, we cling to control. We try to steer our lives, fighting against the currents of fate and time. But here, control is an illusion. The gravity is absolute. Once you accept that you cannot fight the current, a profound sense of liberation washes over you. You are free from the burden of choice. You are free from the anxiety of the future. The universe has taken the wheel. Imagine lying on your back in a gentle, warm river, closing your eyes and letting the water carry you wherever it decides to go. We hover just above the final point, the singularity, the edge of understanding. It is a point of infinite darkness and infinite potential. Some say it is where time stops completely. If time stops, then this moment, this feeling of absolute peace and weightlessness, lasts for eternity. There is no tomorrow to worry about. There is no yesterday to regret. There is only the eternal now. Imagine a clock stopping exactly at midnight, the world perfectly still, frozen in a state of quiet anticipation. That is the singularity, a timeless monument in the dark. As we prepare to end our journey, let us look back at the myth we set out to explore. Can you survive a black hole? Physically, a human body would eventually merge with the cosmos, transformed into energy. But to survive is not just about keeping a heartbeat. It is about understanding, experiencing, and becoming part of something greater. In our minds, we have survived the ultimate fall. We have looked the most terrifying object in the universe in the eye and found not a monster, but a peaceful, silent sanctuary. We have found harmony in the extreme. The universe is vast, and it is full of forces we cannot control. But understanding those forces replaces fear with wonder. The black hole is not a void of destruction. It is a cradle of gravity, a keeper of time, a sculptor of galaxies. As we slowly bring our consciousness back from the depths, floating up from the singularity, passing the event horizon, and returning to the starlit vacuum of normal space, carry this peace with you. The universe is holding you. It is vast, it is beautiful, and it is perfectly balanced. As our journey comes to an end, slowly bring your awareness back. Feel the gentle weight of your body resting safely on Earth. We have traveled to the very edge of reality, crossed the uncrossable boundary, and touched the heart of darkness, only to find peace, stillness, and awe. The black hole, once a symbol of fear, is now a reminder of the universe's incredible power and profound quiet. Thank you for joining me on this voyage through the cosmos. I hope you found a moment of tranquility in the stars. If you enjoyed this journey, please leave a comment. Tell me, if you could safely travel to any place in the universe, where would you go next? Sleep well, star traveler, and let the cosmos guide your dreams.